Okay, so we've already written our C major scale. The next scale we're going to write, and I'm just going to change colour here. We might write in orange. The next scale that we're going to write is a G major scale. Now we know from before, the first step we have to do is write the tonic. Now the tonic being that starting note is G. So I'm going to write G as my first note. I then need to follow the formula, and I've got my formula written over here. Tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. So I will find a G on my keyboard, that's my starting spot, and I need to go up or to the right by one tone. And we know a tone is 2 steps. So 1, 2, and I end on A. So A is my second note there. After I've done my first tone, I have another tone from A, 1, 2, on to B. So my next note will be a B, and I'll give that a tick there. Now I'm up to a semitone. So I need to go from B, semitone being 1 step, and again I'm going to loop around back to the start. So from B, I end on C. That's only 1 step difference. So there is my next note. From C, I need to go up 1 more tone. So 1, 2 to D. So there's my 5th note of the scale. I'll tick that off. From D, I need another tone. 1, 2, I end on E. Fantastic. I then need 1 more tone. Now this is where it gets interesting, because if I go from E and 2 steps, I've got 1, 2, and I end on this key here. So again, I've gone from E, 2 steps, 1, 2. Now this note is a special note. It's got 2 names, as all of our black notes do. It could be called F sharp. It could also be called G flat. So I need to write one of those in my scale. You might be thinking, how do I know which one to write? One of the clues for our major scales, any major scale we write, we have to have 1 of every letter. So we've already got a G, A, B, C, D, E. Now if I write a G flat, which would look like this, G, A, B, C, D, E, G. I've clearly missed an F. So that tells me that I can't write G flat because I've missed a letter. And in our major scale, we have to have 1 of every letter. So I'm going to write F sharp. So they're written differently, but they sound the same. From F sharp, I've got 1 more step to do here, a semitone. And 1 step up takes me to G. And we know that our major scale starts and ends on the same letter. So there is my G major scale. The last one we're going to write is our A major scale. And this time we're doing it in bass clef, so we need to remember that. My first step is to write the tonic. So my tonic, of course, is A because I am in A major. I then need to follow my tone, tone, semitone rule. And just to make it a bit neater, I'm going to draw another keyboard to work off down here because my first one has gotten a little bit messy, a little bit scribbly. So here's my keyboard, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. So I'm on A. First thing I need is a tone. So 1, 2. I end on B. And that is our second line because we know good birds don't fly away in the bass clef. I've got my first tone done. The second thing I need is another tone from B. So we know that we loop around 1 step, but I need a tone, which is 2 steps. So 1, 2. I'm going to end on this note here. Now, will I write C sharp or D flat? Let's have a look at our notes here. A, B, it's going to be some kind of C. So C natural, C flat, C sharp. And which one fits into our pattern? This note is C sharp. And I put the sharp sign before the note on the stave because we read it left to right. All right, so there's my second tone. From C sharp, I need a semitone, which is one step. So I move one step to the right and I end up on D. So there is my next note. I then need a tone from D, 1, 2, and I end on E. All right, from E, I need a tone, which is 2 steps. I'm going to go 1, 2, and again end on this note, which as we identified before is F sharp or G flat. I've gone A, B, C sharp, D, E. I need some kind of F. So I'm going to again go with F sharp there. Fantastic, and that's one of my tones. From F sharp, I need another tone. So 2 steps, 1, 2, and I end on this note here. Now this one can be called G sharp or A flat. So which letter will I use, G sharp or A flat? Let's have a look. A, B, C, D, E, F. I need some kind of G, so I'm going to call it G sharp. That way I've got one of every letter. And the very last step is, of course, a semitone from G sharp. I'm going to move to A, and it's getting very scribbly and messy there, but I'm going to move to A. And the last thing I'll check is my first note and my last note the same? Yes, it is. There is my A major scale.